Open. Chicago with the lead. Court. Batista with the catch. Oh! LeBron James with no regard for human life. Hand down, man down.
Yeah, I can see how disrespectful he's being right now.
No, I went to Temecula, brought you some dirt.
Yeah, that's a technical.
Mama, there goes that man.
Welcome back to the Bounce. We've got another special episode today. Records being set all over the place. And we've got Johnny Football with us again to start things off with some trivia. So, of course, we've got James and the Nick Stop with me as always. Welcome, gentlemen. We'll talk shop here momentarily, but I'm going to forego our usual intro, and we'll just hand things right off to John because I don't know how long he's here to hang out with us. We've got mini trivia. Johnny Football, welcome, sir. What do you have for us today?
Yeah, bite-sized trivia, if you will.
I see what you did there.
But no, just a quick one. Yeah, we just saw Embiid drop 70. So the question that I know I would have missed at least one of these if I didn't see this stat. Embiid just put his up his 70. 8 other players in the history of the league have done so. And it's going to be a little different than last time just because, like, you know, it's not a one answer thing. So I thought it was kind of weird, so I figured I'd just pose it and kind of see how long it takes you guys to talk yourselves into the tricky ones.
All right. Kev, your mic's muted.
Let's hope I do better than last time, huh? Can't do worse. I got some ground to cover. If there are any points to be had, I need them. So
you need them.
You guys in the comments, you can play along. Welcome, live chatters. We love seeing it. We got people all over Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook.
Up big. Go.
Yeah, that's right. Pacers are up big. What's up? So are the Knicks, I believe. But we'll get into that. We'll get into all of that. All right, John. So fire away, sir. What is your question?
So that was it. You know,
did I hear it? Dang,
were you? What are the other?
He was in La La Land over there, man.
I was producing.
Kobe.
History of the league.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can hammer out like 5 right now, but the other 3 are going to take me a second.
Oh, go ahead. Pop off, guys. Yeah.
70 or more, but yeah, go ahead. Because that's exactly what I thought. There's going to be a couple tricky ones, I think.
So we have Kobe, Donovan Mitchell, Damian Lillard, Joel, Wilt.
5.
That's 5 out of what, 8 or 9? There's 9 total, including Embiid. Yeah.
8 outside of Embiid, yeah.
I don't think MJ ever did it.
No.
Right? Because he hit 65 at one point. But it wouldn't be him. LeBron never dropped 70, obviously.
Did Oscar do it?
KD didn't do it.
There you go.
I don't.
Oh, no. KD, no.
I don't think
AI?
I don't think Kareem would have done it.
No Kareem?
Yeah. I think I'm pretty sure I got all the ones from this generation out of the way.
So there's actually yet to be named. You've got Embiid, Mitchell, Kobe, and Dame and Wilt. I think I heard out loud, so that's 5. We got 4 more.
Are there still any from this generation? Because if there is, there is.
There's one, yes.
Is it Luka?
No, he dropped 60 something on the Knicks.
Right.
He had like a 60-point triple double against the Knicks.
This is a really funny one to forget, honestly.
Steph?
No, he
Steph
dropped.
hadn't do it.
Clay dropped 60.
Giannis?
Nope.
Giannis just dropped 62 on the Pacers. That was his.
Hey, no.
That was his career high.
Missing one from this era.
Yep, you've got Mitchell, Kobe, Lillard, and Embiid from this era. If you want, I mean, this century.
No LeBron.
Oh, from the century. Okay, that makes it a little more.
Wade.
It's not obviously not Wade, not Shaq.
Not Melo.
As I hear Shaq in my ear right now because I have TNT on.
Damn it.
You son of a bee. James Worthy?
Nope.
This is better when we get the hints like at B-dubs, you know.
It's not Clyde
sponsored.
Drexler, right?
See,
He's
I
not.
was worried you'd stumbled across the same list as me since Embiid's 70 burger.
No, I have
This
not
is
seen
good.
a list.
I'll throw
I
some hints.
saw it. I just forgot the list of like not modern guys, but I'm trying to think of like volume scores. Like Clyde Drexler, he's not going to be on there, right? I don't
Yep.
think.
Got 3 of the 4 remaining. All 4 of these guys did it for Western Conference teams. There's a good hint.
That rules out Larry Bird. That really.
What
For
up,
some reason,
Justin
I feel like
Herbert?
Jerry
Yeah.
West might be
What's
on
up, Herbert?
there. Is Jerry West
Pistol
on there?
Pete.
Charba. No Pistol Pete.
Herbert, who do you know who's
Ah.
dropped 70 plus points in a game in NBA history? Fire away in the chat. We are
First-
struggling.
Yeah, first hint is the 4 that are left did this for Western Conference teams.
Conference team. Let's take. What are we dealing with here?
Yeah, we said Booker, right? Yeah.
No, that's the one you guys.
That's why.
Devin
that's
Booker,
why I
yep.
said-
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nope.
That's why
I thought I said him. That's
Yeah,
why I
Herbert
didn't
got
like
it.
rename. That's
My
why I didn't
Booker
rename.
bias started to bleed through.
Mhm.
You know,
was just
I don't
Okay, so
count.
the other
Booker's
three,
doesn't count for me.
the other
seed.
3 are like slow guys.
Hakeem.
Nope.
It wasn't Charles Barkley.
I wish
Nope.
Hakeem had. That'd be. He could have done it. That dream shake. I love having Justin back. That's great. Oh man, I'm officially stumped. So I tap. If you guys have guesses, don't let me hold you back. But
one of these players left never won an MVP. There are 3 players left.
So 2 of them didn't win an MVP, so that kind of helps me out a little bit.
2 of them did. 2 of them did.
2 MVP winners.
Oh yeah.
I don't think Rick Barry would be in there.
He would not.
Chris Mullins wouldn't be in there.
Elgin Baylor.
He's one
Duncan
of them.
or Robinson.
Wait, which one was one of them, John?
Elgin Baylor.
Oh, let's go!
Oh, hey!
I got one.
I think David. I kind of want to rock with David Robinson on that guess.
David Robinson's another one.
There we go.
Hell yeah! I'm on the, put it on the board.
Let's go.
So now we got one more.
One more.
You got both MVP winners.
We've got both MVP winners.
We need the non-MVP winner.
Is this a person? Do we like this person, John? Is this someone that, like, would I say mean things about this person in our Discord?
This is a person who you'd probably never have anything mean to say about.
So it's definitely not Karl Malone. Got it. So just so we're clear on that.
It is not Karl.
I was trying to cheat. I was trying to get a very special hint there on that last one.
It is not the female man.
Didn't win MVP. That's what makes it like weird.
Yeah, Karl Malone won the MVP for like 12 years in a row, didn't he? I don't know. Google Karl Malone 12 years and see what comes up. Who we got, fellas?
I don't know.
Big game, Robert Horry. Because now I'm trying to think more of like 60s, 70s, like 80s, who would have been a prolific,
Jerry West won an
guy.
MVP. That's why I want to think Jerry West. I mean, like that's why I rule out Jerry West. Oh, there goes John.
That is tough, man.
Yeah,
Justin's gotten a lot of them too. Some of them we already got, but yeah, Justin's right on Kobe.
He didn't hear him.
as
He
well.
was good.
Yeah, he wasn't here yet. So nice, good for you, Justin. Swishing on a few of those. Oh yeah, I don't know. Should we just get the last one here from John? What do you guys think?
This player became afflicted with notorious amphetamine and narcotic cocaine shortly after his playing career. He also had this game for the Golden State Warriors.
He was white, wasn't he? I can't think of his name. What is that guy's name?
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying. It's not Chris
the Golden
Mullen.
State- not the Golden State Warriors. For some reason, I had a Freudian slip. It's the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets.
Is it Alex English?
Denver Nuggets.
No, that's a
Oh.
very good guess. They had some high flying teams there in the 80s.
No, the only obscure Nugget I would have guessed, I don't think ever had a crack problem. That was Chris Jackson, or formerly Chris Jackson, Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. You guys remember that guy's? I think still heating it up in the Big Three. That dude can flat
Oh,
out
yeah.
ball at like 55.
Nope, but it's not him. So this is in the 1970s. This one took
Oh,
place.
this is way back in the day.
Ooh, a Denver Nugget in the
Mm-hmm.
70s. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might
No.
have to tap. I got
I don't know if I could even get. Yeah, that's a long time ago.
I think I'll hop on the wave and tap out
Kiki
here.
Van de Weeg.
Dude, I was Kiki Van der Weeg. We're
Yeah,
way
Herbert stumped too.
as a joke too. That's pretty funny. No, it was David Thompson.
Oh,
Never.
David Thompson. Okay.
Would have never guessed.
Still
it.
would have never guessed that for what it's worth.
That's the
So
one.
you stumped us, John. Damn it.
Yeah,
we
would have never
Damn
guessed
you.
it.
Oh,
We
yeah,
got
just-
one.
Justin Herbert. I just want to show you one thing really quick. Just to put that out
David
there.
Thompson, yeah. What are the odds of that guy being on there? Yeah, 1978. David Thompson. But yeah, that was the big stumper. I'm glad that one.
That was
came-
good, man. That was good.
I figured
Yeah,
you could
John.
get
Thank you.
That was a
for
good
that.
one.
and Robinson if you just kind of kept guessing. But
What
yeah,
up, Sean?
crazy to get that David Thompson.
Herbert, you're a liar. Herbert
Was on it, dude. He's like, I was just about to say that, man.
It
David
was just
Robinson.
on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah. All right. Well, dealer wins that hand.
Taylor wins.
Well, we appreciate it, John. That does it for trivia time. Are you hanging out with us for a while, or do you have to bounce? Pun intended.
Ooh, good one. I do have to bounce. I'll jump in the chat in a second, but I got to go camp out my fast charger because I don't have any outlet accommodations up here at the moment. But yeah, I'll jump in the chat here in a second.
Outlets were sacrificed for the Viking head.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got to
Yeah,
get your man cave in order, my guy.
Yeah,
You
we
got some time before next season. It's all good.
It's incremental. We're working on it.
Well,
right.
thanks again, man. Wow. Perfect comment for you to leave on. All right, we'll see you, John.
Later,
Thanks
Johnny boy.
again, man.
We got another former quarterback at the helm.
Mhm.
Ran a faster 40 than yours.
Oh, that's hilarious. All right, fellas. Well, before we dive into things, now, James, how are you, sir? How are things going? What you watching in the world of the NBA this week?
Good. Nothing in particular. We had a hell of a Tuesday. We talked about a little bit when we were on Necessary Roughness. We got some games from Tuesday to talk about. A lot of blowouts tonight. To give me some updated scores here. Celtics beating the Heat by 23. Pacers up 15 on the 76ers. That's a big one. Siakam 22, 11, and 8. Big game for him. Nuggets getting just pulverized by Keebler's Knicks. We got Kings
Yep.
Warriors late game.
OG Anunoby with a nice little 6-steal game.
Ooh,
Yeah, he does. Hey,
love
Joker
that.
got you. Joker's got 11 rebounds if you didn't see that.
Yeah, I saw that, but Jalen Brunson didn't drop 28, so it doesn't matter.
So it didn't matter.
Mm.
Yep. So, yeah, there we are.
parlays, man. Well,
I thought
Keebler.
it was gonna be much closer of a game, to be fair. But I'm happy it wasn't.
Oh yeah, you gotta love that. Was that a final score that you were showing us before?
Oh no, I'm showing you like going.
No,
into
they are still just blowing them up.
Oh, okay. So it's not quite over yet, but
We're up 35, and OG Anunoby has played 27 minutes, and he's still in the game. So classic.
oh,
Of course,
that's-
classic Tibbs. Classic.
that's why Brunson's not going to score 28, right? Because he's
Yeah, because OG has 26. So
gotta love it for your squad. Anything else you're looking at bet wise tonight, Keebler?
I mean, nothing like crazy, obviously. I would say probably Andrew Wiggins under 6.5 rebounds with Curry having 6 or more assists at even money. I'd say that's a good one.
Mhm.
That's really about it, to be honest.
Okay. Well, guys, I'm going to get us started with a little clip here. We're going to be talking about, among other things, those big scoring nights that trade Towns. Yeah, a little bit. Can't wait to talk about Towns' big night in a losing effort. But first, I
So
wanted
good. So fun.
a Kevin other than myself to let you guys know his thoughts on Embiid's historic performance.
I don't know if you saw Joel Embiid score 70. Cat had
70?
Yeah, Joel had 70 today.
He has 70?
Yeah. So what is that?
Yeah, 70.
Shit is right. So eloquent. I couldn't really say it any better myself. James, what were your thoughts on 70 from Embiid?
Good. My goodness. We were paying attention to it live. Franchise record 70. Man. It's impressive. I mean, we just did the list of people that have done it. It's not very many. It's a very small list. 41 shots, 21 to 23 from the line. Also 18 rebounds. Like, credit where credit is due. Very impressive. Very impressive. And in a win, too.
Right after Popovich said, "Yeah, we're gonna pound his ass," and then he goes and drops 70. So
he got them.
Way to give him billboard material. Yeah, that was a very impressive performance. Now, I guess I have a little more to say about this next one, guys. This Karl Anthony Towns. So
I have a
give
lot to
me
say about that one.
a moment to pull this one up. Oh, wait. First I want to share this because this was pretty awesome. Yeah, so there's that. Gotta love that. This post, you might notice there's a very important stat here. Karl Anthony Towns, 62 points, 8 rebounds, 63% from the field, 10 of 14 from 3. The Wolves lost. Yikes. Keebler, I'll let you go first. You said you had a lot to say about this. Fire away, brother.
Yeah, I think it's the most impressive 62-point game there's ever been. Playing, you get pulled for like 3/4 of the fourth quarter when you have 62 because you're shot hunting. You have a negative plus minus when you have 62 points, and you lose to a bottom 5 team in the league. So I say that's more impressive than winning personally, but just because you've never seen anything that like we're at 18 minutes, you've never seen anything that ass. So that being said, like cool, but I know that we've been linked to him. I do not want him at whatsoever.
But he's changed the game. He's changed the position.
Best big man shooter of all time.
Best center shooter of all time.
Even his own coach, James, called it, was it immature? Was that what? And I don't know that he directly put it all on Karl Anthony Towns, but he
was
said
like,
they
we
were
doing
playing
things that are bad for the game, like making immature decisions, like basically taking subliminal shots right at Karl Anthony Towns.
Which is never a good sign, is it, James? You've coached.
No, that's bad. You're going to publicly say that? It's bad news. Bad news bears, boys. Bad.
Now, I'm not going to ask you to speak for the coach, but I'm just sort of thinking out loud here. I want you to correct me if maybe I'm wrong, but I think it might stand to reason that if coach decides to say that publicly, he's probably said it privately a time or two, right,
Yeah.
James?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, he
That would
said
be
it a
my
time or
thought.
two or 27.
For him to get to that point where he's just blasting. I mean, because this is a team that's been playing. We've been talking about them all year. They're surprisingly near the top or at the top of the standings every time we talk about them. But then you do something like this, and you're like, "Oh boy!"
Oh yeah, here they are.
They are who we thought they were.
Yep.
Sorry.
We've been doing this shit together too long, bud. Too long.
I love it. It'll take a while for his teammates to adapt since the game is different now. Yeah, that's fair. They gotta, it's hard. You got to get up to the level of greatness that Cat has, right? It's hard.
Also, you have to try not to play
hard.
down to bad teams every time. Like, what was it? Let me see. Hang on 1 second. It was where is it? Oh yeah, you only beat the Wizards by 11. There was that, and you almost lost if it wasn't for a run in the fourth quarter. What else is there? There is, not to rub it in, John, at all, because I would hate to do that.
Yeah, and we don't do that on this show.
Yeah. Where is it? I mean, you guys lost to the Thunder when you were favorite at home. Obviously, that's a little more excusable, given how it is the Thunder. But it's just like, yeah, they should be more dominant, but they're playing down to bad teams. That's the point I was trying to get across.
Bite-sized Bike says the problem was that for whatever reason the team was too hyped to feed Towns. Ant took 9 shots, I think 4 in the fourth, when he realized they needed a simple bucket. Yeah, like I forgot what they were there for, you know?
Yeah, because that's a team they should drub, honestly. Like you gotta, based on records alone, and honestly, talent on the court. Like it should have never come to that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But yeah, as Keebler said, he's shot hunting, which is the only reason it was close in the first place. I imagine is just because of the way they were playing. It wouldn't need to. I mean, I don't even have to say I imagine. I mean, Anthony Edwards is only taking 9 shots all game, and half of those are in the fourth quarter. Like that, yeah, the game didn't need to be close at any point with the skill set that they have. Cat can do no wrong. Wildcats make the NBA. I love that. Yeah, we got to be careful if Sean's watching. We got to be nice to them Wildcats, man.
Yeah, Bite-sized Bike's right. When they're not engaged, defensive talent doesn't matter. Calls him immature. He says we should have beat the brakes off him.
Yeah, I mean,
Keebler got him. He stuck him. Keebler got a nerve.
Oh, well done, Keebler. I like it.
Well done.
Trust me, the Knicks have a problem before this season, at least, of playing down to bad teams. Now we're undefeated against teams below 500 this year. So
nice.
So that also means that we're like 8-17 against teams above 500, but we get the job done when we need to. So that's something that hasn't been a thing in Knicks history like ever.
Well, before we get into the next, maybe the biggest news of the week, I want to talk about some equally big news or somewhat big news. Sorry, this covers everybody's face, so I'll read it quickly. Charlotte Hornets have traded Terry Rozier to the Miami Heat for a 2027 first-round pick, and Kyle Lowry. Scary Terry indeed. Now, guys, an important little note here. Many contending teams won't be eligible for Kyle Lowry in the buyout market just because of the way that exception works now. So I'm not exactly sure. Gross. I love Sean's thoughts here. James, let's start with you. Do you think that was a gross return for Scary Terry? And was this the right move for the Heat, who, by the way, started Terry tonight? So there is
very. I can't believe they couldn't get anything better for him. Obviously, he's a known scorer, and you know how great he is defensively, obviously. But he's averaging 23 a game, 35.8% from 3, 84% from the line, 6.6 assists. Like, and you got an aging Kyle Lowry, and there's a first in there, right? I wasn't reading the screen when you put that.
Yeah, 2027 first, but I believe it's protected. Includes protections. Yeah, so it's not even that good of a first.
They did not get very good return on that on investment here.
The first round pick is wearing Trojan.
Yeah, exactly. Keebler, what are your thoughts? Do you agree with James that this wasn't a great return for Terry? Any thoughts on the fit in Miami?
I mean, it's not really surprising. I knew just because we were linked in like trade rumors with him that his value isn't the highest, even though he does produce good stats. He's one of those guys that you go out there to create a shot or play make, but he does create like a hole in your defense that you need to have a good defensive team around him to make up for. So that being said, like he's like a grit player on offense, but on defense, just sometimes he looks a little lost. I think that he does fit that Heat culture. So hopefully Spo can
So you think so, huh? That's where I was like, I was like, man, does he fit the culture? And I don't know.
I mean,
that
I
was
think
odd.
offensively it definitely helps what they were looking for.
Yeah, offensively, yeah, 100%.
But you also have Jimmy and Bam, who are two of the best defenders in the NBA.
Mhm.
So it's like,
You're right.
I mean, Hero's a cone. Rozier's going to be a cone. Jimmy's elite. Bam's elite. And then who's their fifth starter? I'm blanking.
Duncan's been playing a ton.
Yeah, I mean, Duncan Robinson can't guard me if he tried.
No,
so.
yeah, he couldn't guard you. Yeah.
It's worth noting, Heat fans are very excited because early in the first quarter, off an inbound play, Rozier picked his man up about 90 feet from the rim. So they're excited that he was engaging, playing full court defense. So they seem to think that the culture is wearing off immediately with Scary Terry. So Bite Size Vike says he is gritty, came up under Brad Stevens and the boys before he was banished to the shadow realm. Yeah, that's a good point. So maybe he does have maybe he's can be one of those guys he's not good defensively, but maybe he'll at least try really hard and he's going to score some points. So that could count for something come the playoffs. James, as far as with the Heat, we talked a little bit about the culture. You talked about how many points they scored. Where does this put you? Do you think they're done making moves? Is this enough for them to make another run at a title in the East?
I mean, I'm not ever going to count the Heat out in the playoffs. Jimmy Butler's elite in the playoffs. They're floating around six. They're sixth right now. They're going to fall to seventh after this loss because the Pacers will move up.
That's right.
They're going to float around that realm of 5, 6, 7. I mean, at their peak would be 4, and I just don't see it. I'm not counting them out. I don't know what else they could make unless there's a hero move in there somewhere, but I don't see it with Dame off the board. Like that was all that was. I think they're set, but I'm not going to count them out at all.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I will. I guess I'll throw my thoughts into here as well. So let's see. Bite Size Vike says if he gives Vincent effort on defense in the playoffs, he's a big upgrade.
Hero, forget Jamie Jacques, Pablo Escobar. Yeah, I mean, Bite Size Vike makes a good point here. Healthy Hero, Terry, and Jacques is better than Vincent Strus and Lowry, who fucking took them. They were in the finals last year with those guys.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. And for that reason, I agree with you, James. You can't really count them out. I don't know if they're done. Maybe they'll be contenders for somebody in the buyout market. I've heard them linked with Gordon Hayward before, but I've heard a lot of names linked to him in the buyout market at this point. Yeah, it's not sure that gets anybody excited. No. Unfortunately, poor, love the guy as a player, but I think that ship might have sailed. Yeah, I think this keeps them right in there, especially with that point that John just brought up in the chat. That is a much better supporting cast than what they worked with last year, and anything can happen in the East. We do know that. I think we'll probably see him make another small move. I don't think it'll be anything big, but I think they'll continue to add. So I think it was a good move. Like Keebler said, I guess Rozier just wasn't commanding that. I've been surprised by a few trades this year. Some trades I'm like, oh, I can't believe this guy got that return. And other times I'm like, oh, really? That's what we're doing. So okay.
Who would they? Lowry's garbage.
I don't know who they're gonna flip Lowry to.
Apparently, they might trade him to the Raptors just so he can retire there if he wants to go that route. But I don't see them wanting to take on his contract because it's fucking huge.
Well, Draymond did just say that the Raptors GM was very player friendly. He thought that they wouldn't have traded Siakam to Indiana if that's not where Siakam wanted to go. So maybe he would do something like to me. If you're gonna have, if you're just gonna sign a to retire contract, you just let the season run out and you do it in the off season for like $1 or something, and then let him retire and do the whole thing. I don't know.
The $1 signing.
Yeah, he's got to get his farewell tour.
Fair. Well, that's a good point. That could actually help sell some tickets for a team that's probably not got much other reason to sell tickets unless somebody good comes into town for the rest of this year. So I mean, that could make sense. yeah, as far as contenders go, I think there's a potential that one of the outside contenders that can actually afford him once he's in the buyout market, we'll see who those teams are. Maybe he goes there. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to
Past his
borrow one of
prime, man.
Keebler's phrase. He's a pine cone. I feel like he's a pine cone on offense and defense at this point. Like he's just a meme,
Yeah.
dude's got dumps like a truck. But other than that, he can set a great screen, from the front or the back. But that's about all we got, boys. So big news. Our next one here as we switch back to the bounce cam. Guys, how many coaches do you think the Milwaukee Bucks are prepared to pay this decade?
About
Okay.
83.
Yeah. What
Well, maybe not.
what a
for the rest of the
world,
decade.
man.
He's on a contract for what? 3.5 years? Yeah, I saw something like 5 years.
Yeah,
But
so that includes Budenholzer. So they're still paying Mike Budenholzer.
They're paying
as
3
well.
head coaches right now. Yeah.
For the next 3.5 years, they will be paying all 3 of these guys. And if you've paid attention to your Doc Rivers history, there's a good chance he'll be fired within 3.5 years.
Yeah. He'll have a hell of a regular season and then fizzle away.
I can't wait. Keebler, weren't you the one that said this when we were talking, or I mean, we were talking in Discord? It might have been, it was maybe you, maybe John. Somebody was like, oh yeah, Doc Rivers is going to be the guy to shake up the offense. They didn't like what Adrian Griffin's doing, and it's Doc Rivers is going to be the guy known for his great play calling, that he's going to come in and really be the one to shake things up in Milwaukee.
how long ago was that, do you think? Because I don't think I said that.
Okay, fair. It might have been John in the chat. It was just as we were talking about Adrian Griffin getting fired, and I was
Yeah, I think that'd be John then.
fair enough. But yeah, I mean, those are my thoughts on it. Obviously, I don't think Doc Rivers solves the problem that you alleged that you had. Now, another rumor has come out that essentially said the Bucks as a team, Giannis and whoever else, the players that have any pull there, got behind Adrian Griffin as a sort of anyone but Nick Nurse move, which I
I
guess
saw that.
makes this make a little more sense. But guys, I don't think Doc Rivers is the answer to the Bucks' problem. James, to start with you. What do you think about this move? Will it work? What are your thoughts?
First off, you saw my tag. The NBA is the hardest league coaching there is. It's no coach in the league is safe. That's what it says. It's he was 30-13 and lost his job. Now they were terrible defensively. They had issues. It sounds like publicly, I think Giannis said that it caught him by surprise, but I don't really believe that. And do I think Doc is going to fix their problems?
X to doubt on Giannis, by the way. His brother is the biggest nepotism hire in the league. There is no way they fired the head coach without talking to him. So
Yeah,
bullshit on you, Giannis. But sorry, James, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
John's in his bag right now. They want an opinion from a doctor, not a nurse. God damn it.
Damn, that's good, man. Wow.
Yeah, John's on one.
Wish.
I do
John,
not think
make
Doc's
sure you're
gonna
paying
fix
attention to the Timberwolves right now. They're up 3 or up 2 with 2.5 minutes left.
Ooh. I don't think Doc's gonna. I would. Nick Nurse is better. I would take Nick Nurse over him, but I guess players hated him. Do I think they got to fix their problems now?
Yeah, that's fair. Keebler, what about you? Do you think Doc is the answer here in Milwaukee?
I was watching the TNT broadcast, and they said a quote that really stuck with me, and it was that the coach can only yell at you to play defense so much. Like, at some point, it's like really on the players for the defense they play.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if I'm a coach, I can scream at you to play defense, but if you're not playing it, then there's no. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
yeah.
You
so
gotta do it, man. Like, it's an effort thing.
I think that falls entirely on the players. And I think that they just wanted to try to find a scapegoat. And I think Adrian Griffin kind of got the shit end of the stick on that one.
Man, yeah.
I don't disagree at all. Like, I agree with both of you. James said, he was 30-13 when he got fired.
30-13.
First year head coach, by the way, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which it's always, good thing to note, future coaches out there. Anytime a former head coach gets hired as an outside consultant, start packing your bags because you're not going to be long for that world. But yeah, I agree with what you said there. I mean, you can only do so much if the next man up also doesn't play defense. You got to play with the guys in your roster, especially when you make a move like that to go get Dame. And it's yeah, you really can only do and so I can tell you exactly how this is going to play out. The Bucks will be fine. They're going to have a bit of a boost here because I think I don't know if you guys saw this. They had a little more energy when they came out in their next game, kind of dancing around. So it looked like they had exercised a demon. So apparently they really didn't like coach. So that tends to happen. We see that happen across all sports a lot of times. A bad locker room guy gets fired. You could put the special teams coach in there and they're going to win for a couple of weeks because they're happy, everybody's loose, and things will plateau with this team where they normally do because they won't be able they won't get past probably the second round. And here's the thing: Mike Budenholzer was fired because he was out coached by Eric Spoelstra, who was not only making the better in-game changes but also the better game-to-game changes. Mike Budenholzer had a very serious issue, a death in the family that happened at around that same time. When they're both at their top level, give me Mike Budenholzer over Doc Rivers when it comes to making it. We're talking like, to me, the coach that is most known for never making adjustments is probably like Doc Rivers, right? Like what I don't understand how this guy is supposed to fix any of the problems that you claimed that you had. So it's just, to me, bringing in a big name and a name that obviously this is a guy that I think a lot of players do respect, at least early on. I think they, you know, Doc and his point guards never seem to get along after a while. I wonder why that is. But yeah, and then Spoelstra went on to outcoach everyone else. So yeah, and then you get fired by getting outcoached by potentially the best that's out there right now. Sean Baker, prime example, Antonio Pierce to the Raiders. Yeah, you can get those. Coaches need to be able to lead men. And that may be where
Don't tell that to the Tennessee Titans. They fired a leader of men, they said.
That was so
I
dumb.
do like the new hire, but whatever.
Yeah, I'd agree with Sean on that point. But yeah, I am. I heard Griffin told Thanasis that he's committing insurance fraud, collecting NBA checks, and Giannis got mad. That's what got him fired. Oh, Steve Wilkes in Carolina last year, and they let him walk for the Fourth Reich. Oh God, yeah. Colts fans tried to tell you, poor Panthers fans, that Frank Reich thing was not going to be a good idea. But yeah, that stuff does matter. So, you guys got any final thoughts on Doc before we move on?
I think it's going to be for me.
Probably going to be first or second round exits, but
yeah, I think so. Over under, will he make it 3.5 years? Will they be paying a fourth coach before they're done paying Mike Budenholzer?
I'll take the under.
I kind of like the under as well.
I like the under as well. Hammer that under, boys. Not going to make it. They'll be on the block again. How many can they stack? Will it be 5? Will they get to 5 coaches on their payroll all at once in Milwaukee? As you can see on my banner, guys, all of this to stop Tyrese Halliburton. All right. So that leads me to my next topic. What is the score? Can we get an update on the Pacers game? Is that one
Pacers
over yet?
won.
Won by
134, 122. Siakam had a triple-double, 26, 13, and 10.
Damn. Well, that negates this entire segment, guys, because this segment was going to be about how the Pacers were 0-3 since trading for Pascal Siakam, and people were starting to get a little nervous. After that performance, a triple-double and a 12-point win. I'm very happy about it. We saw Kenneth in the chat earlier. He's very happy about it. You guys got
Halliburton
any thoughts?
didn't play tonight.
Yeah, Halliburton was out with his hamstring.
Yeah, so they won without him.
Nembhard stepped up and had 19 and 8.
Yep.
Love Nembhard. So glad he's back.
Obi Toppin with a nice little 13 and 5. Love that.
Yep.
I love that. I'm so sad to hear the rumors that he, along with Buddy Hield, is now, available for a trade.
Agree, Sean. Agree. I'm confused.
I can retweet on that too. Very dumb. I love
our
it.
new coach. I like who they hired, but I'm flabbergasted at the moment. Big
Fire
win
the
for them,
owner.
man. It's going to take some time. That's the thing. Like in integrating these players midway through the season, they're when they did that trade for 42 games in, so halfway through the season, it takes time, man.
That's
Like,
what the
especially
Mavs. That's what the Mavs learned with. Sorry to cut you off. With
you're right. Yeah,
putting Kyrie and Luka together, like when you take
Mhm.
two players of that magnitude and try to form them together at the trade deadline, it just doesn't really make sense. But they've looked
Mhm.
good together this year. So
it just takes some time. Like they've got 40 games. They didn't have as many. Luka and Kyrie didn't play as many together, right? Wasn't one of them hurt when that trade happened?
Kyrie's always been hurt, so it's just
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
so-
saying Kyrie also might have just had like his cousin's bar mitzvah that he had to go to and probably missed a week for that.
God dang it. This show.
Tell me when I'm telling lies, all right?
I know.
Hey, I mean, hey, if I were in his shoes, maybe I would do it too. I don't know. Who might have cast
Yeah.
stones?
But they'll get it figured out. I'm not worried about him. Like it's gonna take some time, but tonight's evidence that it can work. 26-point triple double is no joke. Without Halliburton beating the 76ers, big win.
It is big. I will take it. Puts them back on the right track. I believe, guys, all-star starters were announced today as well. I don't know if it was actually today.
yeah. I would
but
love. To
I've seen some
talk about
tweets.
that.
Yeah, you want to talk about that, Keebler? Yeah. What
That would be a
fire
lot of
away,
fun to
brother?
talk about, given why the fuck is Damian Lillard starting over Jalen Brunson? That's what I would like to start with. Anyways, Halliburton starting. So that's good. And then I think the other three for the East were Embiid, Giannis, and
I got it. I'm pulling it up for you boys.
Nice. Thank you, sir.
but Dame starting over Brunson is absolutely fucking blasphemous. I'm sorry, but I can't.
So your
I-
East is.
I don't
did it
disagree.
pop up?
Here, let me get the banner out of the way for you, too.
Oh, Ja Morant. Like, get out of my life.
Oh, wait. This is old.
Oh, this is last year. Okay. I was
For
like,
the
wait
West,
a second.
the West, they got it right this year. It's Shea, Luka, LeBron, Jokic.
I was like, what the F?
I was like, what? Brooklyn Nets?
Okay, here
Shea,
we go. So you
Shea,
got
Luka,
LeBron, Joker,
Kevin Durant. There it is.
Durant, Luka, Shea. Perfectly fine with that.
That feels right. Yeah.
Then you got Giannis, Joel, you're good with. Tatum, good with. Halliburton and that broken ass jumper. Yep. There is Keebs' boy.
And then Damian Lillard, who's very inefficient this year. He can either have a great game or he can go 4 for 17. And in media votes, was tied with Brunson. But the only reason he's starting over Brunson is because of the fan vote.
Yeah, that is
No,
such
fan vote's
horseshit.
so stupid.
We just did a segment about how a coach got fired because he's not getting the most out of Damian Lillard. So Dame's out here getting
Yeah,
coaches
that's
fired,
so
but he's an all-star starter. This is because there are just too many casual fans. I love all of us.
Two of the
Why are
Bucks-
fans voting? Fans
Yeah,
have
we
no
shouldn't,
vote. Shouldn't be a
shouldn't have
popularity
any
contest.
say in this. Agree.
I don't think the fan vote should be abolished because it does make it fun, but I think that they should switch the percentages with the media so that way the media gets 50% and the fan vote gets 25 instead of it being the other way around.
I'd take that.
Yes, I
That's
agree
a
with
fair
that, yeah.
compromise. Yeah, because then that's fair. Because then you do get a lot more engagement and a lot more people. But I also have seen, whether it's NFL Pro Bowl voting or this, that shit gets very spammy as well, and it's just I don't know. I want the fans to have a limited impact. Let any word on the dunk contestants. I have not heard. Keeler,
I know they
anything?
invited Mac back.
I don't know
Yeah,
about any of
that's
the
all I know.
contests this year. I just figure probably Curry will be in the 3-point contest, Clay, all of them.
Yeah, Mac was invited back. I don't know if he's doing it or not, but he absolutely was.
I think when you win it, you always have a chance to come back
Yes.
next year.
Hopefully Shaq
Mhm.
remembers who he is this time. That was embarrassing. He's like, everybody knows who you are now. It's like, dude, we've known who this guy was since he was in high school. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like what are you doing, Shaq?
What are
Come on,
you,
bud.
come on, Shaq. Casual.
Come on, Shaq. Come on, Shaq.
Shaq in a fool my ass. Any other updates around the league? I know we haven't checked in on the games in a little bit.
Let's
The
take a
Knicks-
gander. How?
Knicks winning 122 to 84. With the
Jesus God.
Well in hand.
with the Knicks being less healthy than the Nuggets still had their 9 rotational pieces all available.
Full strength Nuggets getting waxed.
Celtics beat the Heat by 33.
Just want to let everyone know that the Knicks are 11.
T-Wolves did win.
Oh, okay. Just want to let everyone know that the Knicks are 11-2 over their last 13 games since trading for OG Anunoby. Just want to point that out there. Now that RJ Barrett's gone, just want to go to that.
It's good. That's good.
Oh yeah. Last thing I'll say about the Knicks. Sorry to make it a Knicks podcast, but
You're good. Fire away.
OG Anunoby had a 38 plus minus. So just want to put that out there.
That trade's looking more and more like a big old win every day.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to make any more moves? We know that no one's closer to that button than the Knicks stop. So any other rumors that you've heard, anything new since last week that you've heard, or anything that you're liking more and more?
I'm seeing conflicting reports about Brogdon. One hand, people are saying that we're tied to him and we're going to go for him. Other ties are saying we haven't talked to Portland at all about it. So if we are actually pulling the trigger on it, I think we're doing a good job of keeping it under wraps. I would love Brogdon if he can stay healthy. That would be the main thing. And depending on what price would be for, because he's not on the final year of his contract. And if we're going to do what we're rumored to do and make a big splash for a star this offseason, I feel like he would be a great piece. Sean, that's going to take too long to explain. But to keep it short, wildly inefficient, terrible defender.
Keebler hated him.
I hated him, so the Knicks were like, yeah, this guy hates him. Let's get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
Let me see. What else can I say? Yeah, Cone on defense, not a team basketball player. Cares more about Instagram than on-court performance. Is there
hit the shot clock on a layup one time?
Hit the shot clock on a layup.
No.
Trying to shoot over Robert Williams. I have the clip of that saved in my phone.
Sean knows back in our day that got you kicked out of the park. You know,
Mhm.
I mean, you couldn't come back to open gyms if you did one of those.
What else is there? Last season, he shot 9th worst percentage in the league on threes. Worst percentage by 6% on pull-up jumpers. Worst among qualifiers at the rim on layups and dunks. I could keep going, but I think you might get the point.
You got the hint.
I love so much that Sean asked that, because I bet he was not expecting that you would have all that RJ Barrett info just ready to fire from. Because I mean, I kind of knew.
From the
I was like, I bet Keeb's got plenty for this, but I didn't expect all that.
Mhm.
That was
There's way more that I'm just keeping it short, and that's what I consider short.
See, Sean, you guys can tell Sean and I used to do this pod together, because I know you guys have heard me many a time be like, "Oh, that dude's a beast in 2K." You know, that Sean's like me. That definitely influences who we root for. That's why I was like, I knew Isaiah Hartenstein was going to be a dog. All of this to stop the Pistons. What's up, Goat? Oh, welcome to the show, man. Hey, speaking of the Pistons, I got one for you guys. We're talking about trade rumors. And trade rumors, I've talked about this before. I hear the Pistons a lot of times involved in some rumors that I just frankly do not understand. Guys, the Pistons have been rumored to be linked to one Zach LaVine. Any thoughts
I saw
on
that today.
Yeah, let's go from a 5-win team to a 7-win team. Let's get it, boys.
And trade all our young talent for him. Like,
it's like, don't you have a lot of young talent at that exact position?
I don't know what.
I wouldn't necessarily call it talent, but I would call it something.
High draft picks, at least. I mean,
Didn't you invest a lot at
correct.
least?
They've invested a lot there.
So he would help with the spacing issues a little bit, because I have been reprimanded. You know, I kind of was sleeping on LaVine's 3-point shooting. I will still say he's good, not great from deep, but in Detroit, they probably could use good, not great, but it'll be Blake. Goat says it'll be Blake Griffin all
I don't
over.
care what anyone says.
Say that again.
Blake Griffin was a beast on the Pistons. I don't care what anyone says. I'm being so serious too. Like
he changed his game a lot when he got there.
Yeah, he played below the rim for sure. But yeah, it's definitely what an interesting experiment of Blake Griffin on Detroit. What I wouldn't do that. But again, I don't understand. Goat says he was a beast for a year.
counts.
Definitely. Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know that I would do this trade. I'm going to just insert my usual feedback for the Pistons, which is, I don't know. I don't understand why they'd be going for guys like this that are like, I don't know. I'm not building a young core around Levine at this point, just like I wouldn't be holding on to Bogdanovich. So I don't understand why they're doing what they're doing. Blake Griffin, another 2K great. Yes.
He was stellar in 2K.
About Gerald Green.
Yeah, Gerald Green
was a dog.
Nice name to throw back to.
I know Sean knows all about that Corey Joseph life. One of my favorite 2K franchise rebuilds. So yeah, that was the only big weird trade rumor that I saw that I really wanted to talk about that we haven't heard. You guys have anything else in that sphere that you've seen?
I saw that one, and that was the one where I was like, "What in the F is going on?"
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sean remembers that Corey Joseph. Keebler, anything else from you, sir? We've about hit the end of the run of show, so
Sean says, "I do."
Let me see.
Anything else
I can tell you guys the parlay I'm looking up real quick.
Oh, absolutely. Sponsored by Sportsbook Junkies or this guy right down here. Yes, sir.
So a $10 to win $107.5 would be Lakers beating the Bulls at home with AD dropping 20, Caruso dropping 10 in a revenge game against the Lakers, and LeBron having 5 assists. Along with the Kings beating the Warriors, Curry having 6 assists, and Wiggins having under 6.5 rebounds.
I like it.
I'm putting $5 on it.
I do have something we need to talk about. I'm pulled up.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, dude. Sean and I can reminisce about. We've had some great 2K battles in the day in those dynasties. Dwight Powell, my God, man, could have been somebody.
Just some Washington Wizards drama.
That's
with
right.
Brian Keefe taking over the head coaching role.
Oh yeah,
Wes Unseld going to the front office. That's just weird deal.
Yeah, Wes Unseld Jr., lineage of some trivia.
Some trivia, yep.
Throwback to last episode.
I know they suck. It's just a weird situation. The whole thing.
That whole
everything. I don't think a coaching move is going to change the fact that you're not going to win 15 games this year.
Yeah,
and are you firing a coach because he can't reel in Kyle Kuzma and Jordan Poole? Because I've got news for you. Yeah, there's nobody that's going to do that.
It's the whole thing is goofy.
I don't think that's Wes Unseld Jr., John. Unless I'm wrong.
No, that's Brian Keefe, the guy replacing him.
Unless the joke went completely over my head, then I feel stupid.
I think so too. Hilarious. But Kenny says liked Unseld a lot. Never had any good pieces to coach around him.
Yeah, which is interesting because he's moving to the front office, which tells you that to some degree the Wizards still like him a lot too.
They want to keep him long term. I saw. Like they wanted to keep him long term in the front office. Like they're trying to find a spot for him, which is just.
Yeah, and that's true. Kenneth brings up a good point. They haven't had much there, and I don't know who was. Again, if you were buying that Jordan Poole, Kyle Kuzma thing, I got a plot of land I'd like to sell you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know that. Just like you said earlier, James, like no coach is safe. I don't see how this one could be changed. So maybe they're just thinking, hey, we need some help in the front office.
Yeah.
Nobody is winning with
No.
Poole and Kuzma.
They
Exactly.
suck.
You're telling me Tyus Jones can't bring you to the promised land? Like, come on.
Ooh, Tyus Jones. Now there's a
Oh, you
guy
never
who
know.
I couldn't even really get it together on 2K. I usually would end up trading him.
I love
He's-
Tyus
he's
Jones
the
this
guy.
year at least. He's been solid, but just
Oh yeah.
situation. The Knicks are linked to him too, which is why I say that. But
They're linked to everybody, bro.
yeah, exactly.
He
But
was really
if I were to want a facilitator off the bench who could play good defense, I would say that that's like one of my top guys.
You could do a lot worse than him for sure.
I
Real Red
agree.
Bull.
No, I'm saying I like
Jones
that.
under
I'm
on
saying
board,
that
dude.
He likes him. He likes him. He likes him.
I like him.
I was just saying I could never quite get
Oh, he
him
was
to
stellar
be
in
my
high
franchise
school.
point guard in 2K. That's all I'm saying.
Just wasn't quite good enough to do it. In
He was a
2K.
good bridge guy for a year or two, and then
Yep.
you inevitably, I'm very pick and roll heavy, so I need a bigger point guard who can finish at the rim. It's just how it's got to be. Anyway, guys, you can find more of my 2K shit on Twitter at Kevin Evick _. Are we at about? Should we do a weekend preview? I don't think we did that.
Yeah,
We
haven't done a weekend. Let's do it. We got to get over an hour. Let's do it. Come
Yeah,
on.
that way
We'll go
that'll
for
push
this.
us over. Let's see what there is to be watching this weekend. Now, unfortunately, well, I shouldn't say unfortunately. I love what I do. I won't get to watch much basketball this weekend because I'll be doing commentary for Renegade Rumble 6. I guess I'll get an ad in while James pulls this up because you guys can watch the first 5 fights with me for free right here. Wherever you're watching this bite-sized sports stream, you can also catch it on Carnage Media's social media platforms. And hopefully, if there's enough, maybe I'll be able to put it on my Twitter as well. But anyway, first 5 fights are free. Catch the pay-per-view on Saturday.
Hell
But
yeah.
if fighting's not your thing, then I'll ask you to text me the updates to some of these scores here on Saturday night. But what's on Friday? I don't know if Keebler's going to be able to see these, but
I have it pulled up on my phone. Don't worry.
oh, dope. Okay, perfect.
Okay,
So,
cool.
yeah,
Friday we got Phoenix at Indiana.
Slam
The Pacers.
Before the line moves, slam the Mavericks minus 1.5 against the Hawks. Please, for the love of God, if anyone here bets,
oh wow,
slam the Mavs minus 1.5 against the Hawks.
agreed.
all
That's ridiculous.
That's such a weird line, yeah. Cleveland
what do they
at
know that we don't?
Milwaukee. OKC at New Orleans. There's some fun ones.
Some good matchups here.
Yep. I love
Or,
that Pacers and Pacers Suns game. That's very fun.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. Oh, guys, speaking of the Suns, you know who we didn't get to talk about? I won't pull up the graphic, but I'll have some fun. DeAndre Ayton,
For Allen.
Yeah.
Mr.
Jeez.
I'm a max player,
player.
and I don't have to prove that to anyone. Let me find the quote. I won't pull it up for you, but I don't want to misquote the man.
If max player stands for a fucking idiot, then yes, he's a max player for sure.
Well, it very well might. Let's see where
They showed his
was
last
this
4
thing?
games where he's averaging like 5 points.
He says, I've got
It's so
nothing to
bad.
prove in this league. I'm a max player. I'll continue to be a max player. Update. That max player last night had 5 points and 7 rebounds on 28.6% field goal
Good
shooting.
Lord.
So
max stupidity is
max
right.
stupidity. I was just about to say, so if our resident Suns fan, Sean Baker, is still in the chat, he's probably doing a little dance that DeAndre Ayton finally got up out of Phoenix. But no, a little friendly rivalry between me and my boy Sean with the Pacers taking on the Suns. I'm looking forward to that. That's definitely my pick for game of the night on Friday, but I'm biased.
That's game of the night on Friday. I like that on Friday. It's the best game Friday.
Keebler,
I like Thunder Pelicans a lot.
Thunder
I do like-
Pelicans. That's fun. Cavs Bucks is fun too.
Kenneth's got a great comment. Milwaukee's first game with Doc. Tune in and let's see if he's the savior of a 31-13 team.
He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong, boys.
The Cavs have been on a tear, though. I will give them that.
Yeah, they have since those guys got hurt. They're like 10-2.
Game time decision for tomorrow, so maybe not the full strength Bucks, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, big Thanasis
Saturday. Big one for
basketball guy.
Heat Knicks on Saturday. Oh yeah, Thanasis. Give me some.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, Keebler,
There's
what
a
do you
lot of-
think? New look Heat. You like your boys' chances there?
I mean, yeah. I like this rematch of the second round. I really hope Hartenstein's playing so he can bitch Bam.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of good Saturday games.
What else is there? Denver,
Philly
Philly.
at
That's
Denver.
great.
It's the end of NBA rival week, so they're gonna put all like the rivals like Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic that they want to push.
Yep.
They have that on. Clippers and Celtics for some reason. Lakers and
Yeah,
Warriors.
that's a weird one.
Kings, Mavericks, Knicks, Heat.
Yep.
So it's kind of cool.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones there.
Yeah, a bunch
Saturday's
of good
fun.
matchups there. I like all the way down to everything on Saturday is looking good. We got a question here from Sean as well after we go through these. What's up, Keebler?
Oh no, we'll get to what Sean said first.
Sunday not near as good. The only decent game is Phoenix at Orlando. That's not great.
I'm liking Zion's
Orlando struggled.
Sorry. I'm liking Zion's
Orlando
availability this year. That's been really good.
Right?
Yeah, would agree.
Yeah. Sean says, how y'all feeling about Zion? I'm pulling up the last 5 games here just to see.
He's only missed 5 or 6 games this year. 7, 8. Okay, like 8, but still.
Yeah, he's playing about 30
Yeah,
minutes.
it's better than 40.
Yeah.
We've seen it much worse.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
He was on a bit of a tear last week. He's cooled down a little bit. He had back-to-back 30-point games last week.
Against Utah.
Yeah, you mean James knows this. The Pelicans have been like a great big what if to me.
You love the Pelicans. It's
Yeah,
gross.
because Zion, Brandon Ingram. I love Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum over there. I just felt like they have Alvarado with his sneaky steal. They have a lot of nice pieces there. I always felt like that was a team that if Zion and Ingram could grow into the superstars we thought they'd be, McCollum would be a great third option and that they could really go places. So I agree with Kiba right now. At least he's playing, and that's a plus. But yeah, so far, I'm gonna need to see him. I'm gonna need to see them get through a full season and maybe make a playoff appearance before I'm willing to buy it. I can't. I was hammering the desk last year, and then it just kind of fell apart on him. So we'll see. But I'm very happy to see that he's healthy. Dude might be an idiot off the court though. While we're talking about Zion, we won't. Poor guy continues to be harassed online by an adult film star, but so maybe could make better decisions off the court, but he seems to have figured out some things between the lines. What did he say? I'm going to stay on the Sun slander. They've started to win, but Beal and Durant are injury prone. It's only a matter of time. Oh, this is a fun one because we got Sean in here. Sean's a Suns fan. We've talked about these guys before. Keebler, any thoughts? You think that the Suns are got a legitimate shot to make a run this year?
Well, the Mavs being my second favorite team, that game last night really upset me. But off of that, I think I'm going to agree with Kenneth here. It's only a matter of time before the injury bug hits them again. Beal's only played like not that many games this year. Like they've looked good together, but they're very streaky. They can either be very cold or you can have Devin Booker dropping 22 and a quarter plus Beal dropping in 20 plus KD dropping in another 20. So it's like, I don't know. I don't think that they're built for a playoff run, like deep. I think that's still going to go to like the Mavericks or the Nuggets or a team like that. But for the Suns, I don't think that they're really built for it.
I don't disagree. I'm going to say something that might resonate with fans of Brooklyn. 16 games. All right, that's how many they got with their big three. I am not convinced that this big three will play a ton of games together this year either. We've yet to really get to see them put put together a long stretch. So I don't know. And then everything that they had to give up to get those things, we're relying on they got Grayson Allen and the Funky Bunch. Is there rotational players?
Yep.
The Bucks cracked
Ghost
me
of
up,
Eric
by the
Gordon.
way. I saw another trade package. The Bucks are looking to deal Pat Connaughton and campaign to, okay, yeah, okay, trade finder. Good luck with that one. I don't know how you're gonna add to your roster with those two. Oh God, how could anyone turn away?
It's like the same reaction I had when the Knicks were like, "Yeah, we want to package Grimes, Fournier, and picks to upgrade our roster."
I bet you do. What are we playing on easy mode?
Yeah.
we got force trades on. What are we doing here?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I saw that tweet and it just gave me the same effect that it did seeing like Grimes, Fournier, and picks. Yeah, what's that going to get you?
More picks.
Yeah, exactly. No, maybe even less because you're going to have to attach picks to dump Fournier.
Yeah, that's right. Ooh, I'm with Sean here, waiting for Seattle to bring the Supersonics back. They will be
fun.
my squad. Dude, I tell you what, I'm a Pacers fan till the end, but if the Sonics come back, 100%, they'll be my West Coast team forever.
I'm waiting for Vegas to get a squad.
It's coming. I think they're going to get it at the same time.
I would love it. And my thoughts there, I've always said just move Memphis to the East if you're going to move. Because I think there aren't as many East Coast markets. Like the NBA, when they add two teams, I think they're going to add two West Coast teams, which means they're going to have to realign some things. I've heard usually the debate is between Minnesota and Memphis. I would say move Memphis, just geographically speaking. But
I'm not like a map expert, but Memphis is more east than Minnesota, right?
I believe it is. And Minnesota, I guess, just has it's close to a lot of other teams in the Central Division. So people have argued just put them in the Central, and I think maybe move Cleveland over or something. But no, to me, that's where I go with it. Keebler's just, if we're doing East-West, let's do East-West. Memphis has always been a misnomer because they moved from Vancouver over to Memphis, but they never moved conferences. So to me, it just gives the NBA a chance to fix something that's been wrong for a long time. Not that it really matters, but no, give me the Sonics, give me Vegas and NBA expansion. I'd love it. Kenneth says the Nuggets are still the best team in the league and have a top 2 coach in the league. They're going to get 2 titles in a row. Well, I know one guy who agrees with that, right, James?
It was always the Nuggets, Justin Herbert.
Oh, let me find it. I still got it.
Oh, it's still there.
It won't go away anytime soon. It was always the Nuggets. So I could see it. I'll say that. I do think there are a couple of teams that could be in there. I wouldn't be surprised. But right now, I do kind of think the Nuggets are still the favorite. I don't know that they. I mean, maybe I'm sure they'd love to have Bruce Brown back. Apparently, no one else wants him, but I'm sure the Nuggets would love to have him. But I don't think they're going to trade back for him. But Keebler, you think it's the Nuggets or bust, or you got somebody else you think is better?
No, I got this team that actually smacked them tonight by 40.
Yeah, recency bias. What have you done for me now? And that's he's correct.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if you're gonna take a long shot, I would probably not bias aside. If you're gonna take a long shot, I would go with the Knicks, just given how good they've looked since the trade.
With that 9-2, yeah, with the last 11, that.
So before the game tonight, we were plus 4,500, and now we're plus 4,000. So we're moving in the right direction.
I'll throw $1 on that.
That's what I'm saying, 40 bucks.
Kenny's getting in there.
He was doing so good tonight. We lost him.
Right now, the Celtics are the favorite, but the Knicks stack up very well against the Celtics, especially I feel like we would in the playoffs as well. But these teams in between, here's all the teams that have a better odds. So from most favorite to win to least favorite, it goes Celtics, Nuggets, Bucks, Clippers, 76ers, Suns, Thunder, Timberwolves, Lakers, Mavericks. I don't see the Timberwolves making a deep playoff run.
Me neither. They're too mature.
I can see the Mavericks making a deep playoff run. Obviously, you can't count out the Lakers. The Thunder I see going to the second round. 76ers could. Suns, I don't see happening.
Yeah.
Clippers could this year. They've looked very good.
Yeah, they stay healthy, I really think,
Mhm.
but I
Well-
said that last year and they made me look like an idiot.
Bucks, I think they're not going to make a deep playoff run, especially because of their defense, like we said before. Nuggets, yeah, obviously, they just won. And then the Celtics, I don't know. I think the Celtics are going to disappoint this year, personally.
What? They
Yeah,
never do
they're
that.
Great head coach.
The Boston Celtics letting people down in the playoffs. What are you?
Yeah,
You're high, dude.
You're crazy. You lost your mind.
Get out of here. No way, dude. Next, you're gonna say their fans are rude or something. What? I'm not taking shot at Celtics fans. Anyway, we're about an hour and 10 minutes into it. They just want your money. Do not bet on the Knicks.
Yeah, I'm telling you, jump on it before everyone realizes. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, and I'm agreeing with you too. You should hammer that Mavericks week. I cannot believe the Mavericks. What do they know? Who is sick? Who's not playing for Dallas that they are only giving them a 1.5 against Atlanta? I'm with you there.
Like, listen to Atlanta's injury report. Ready? Clint Capella, game time decision. DeAndre Hunter out. Wesley Matthews, game time decision. Trae Young, game time decision. Like, you're going to tell me all those people are sitting, and the only reason that they're only 1.5 point underdogs is because Kyrie, Maxi Kleber, and Dwight Powell, 2 of them are game time decisions. Kyrie, is a game time decision, and Maxi Kleber is a game time decision. The only person out is going to be Dwight Powell.
Well, you get Mad Maxi, dude. You got to be careful. He's a game changer. That is interesting. I'll be honest. I forgot Wesley Matthews was even in Atlanta. Another 2K legend. All right. Shouts out to Wesley Matthews. But guys, I think that takes us to maybe not my favorite segment, because it always means that another wonderful episode is coming to a close. But we have once again made it to the end of the bounce. So it is time for Where Can We Find You? So, Keebler, we'll start with you. Where can we find you?
Right here. The Knicks Stop on Instagram and Twitter/X. Keep it nice, short, and simple.
Boom. That is right. That is right. James, what about you? When you're not here, where can we find you? Thank you, fellas. We appreciate
you guys.
Thank you so
you
much
can
for hanging
catch
out with us.
me, Keebler, sometimes Kev. We're going to be every Tuesday talking NFL, necessary roughness during the playoffs. I think Kev's going to miss this week because it's the 100th episode of the Clout Route. Congratulations.
Woo, thank you. Thank you.
Every Wednesday night, you can join me and Kev talking Star Wars. We are about to do a month-long straight of the Bad Batch watch-along. So come down, join us. We got a great following coming right there. So come join us 9 p.m. on Wednesday, and we're always here every Thursday. You know where to find us here.
That is right. You can find us here Thursdays, like James said. Find all 3 of us on Tuesdays for the time being as well. And as James mentioned, the 100th episode of the Clout Route is next Tuesday at around 6:15. We also go live every Sunday at 6. And you can once again tune into the preliminary fights of Ruthless Made Promotions Round 6. We're going to have amateur boxing right here for free on Bite Size Sports and Carnage Media's YouTube and social media pages. There will be a link in the description if you want to buy the pay-per-view and come hang out with us, but would love to see you all there so you can hear me do my, we'll call it punch by punch, not necessarily play-by-play commentary, and then be on the lookout. Next weekend, I am back at Major League Indoor Soccer calling all the action for the Ohio Extreme. Looking forward to that. You can watch that for free as well.
Busy man.
I'm trying. I always wear my bite-sized sports hats. I'm getting them. We're getting the word out there, no doubt. So that is where you can find me, folks. But once again, thanks to all of you who tuned in, especially those of you who stayed with us all the way through to the end. We'll give you all a shout out again. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, the GOAT. Thank you, Bite Size Bikes. Who else did we have? Justin Herbert was in here. Thank you. Think we probably had Nate here at one point, but if not, we'll give him a shout out anyway. So thank you guys. You being here makes the episode so much more fun, and you give us more stuff to talk about. So we really appreciate it. If you want to hang out with us even more and get a little preview of the show, you join our Discord. Feel free to hit one of us up. I don't think I have the link handy. I will put it in the comments as soon as we're no longer live. But join our Discord, come hang out with us. You'll get to see what we're going to talk about throughout the week because we like to share tweets and memes with each other.
A lot of
And
stuff.
you might actually give us something to talk about. So we appreciate you all. Any final words from you guys before I send them home with an ad?
No, sir.
That's it.
We love y'all very much. We will see you next time. Here's a word from our friends at Dubby. Are you looking for an energy boost without the jitters? Let our friends at Dubby Energy help you with their fantastic selection of flavors. Just visit www.dubby.gg and use the code BITESIZESPORTS at checkout for 10% off your order total. Again, that is www.dubby.gg. Code BITESIZESPORTS.